Hey, good morning, everyone. We are live from Houston, Texas. This is Thursday, June 14th, and it is show number 43. So happy you're here. I know I start the show laughing every day, but it's because this time I thought I had some time. So I was like looking at my phone, and I looked up and it said 4 seconds till show time, and I was like, oh no. We're all lucky we're here. Good morning, Deborah. It's so good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Um, it's pretty good here. Still pretty hot, but Good morning, Angela. Good to see you. Glad you're here. If this is your first time here, welcome to the show. I'm so glad you're here. If you're having trouble chatting, it could be because you went full screen on your device. So make sure you're not full screen on your device. And if you're on a phone, I believe the chat option is way at the bottom. It'll say something like top chat or live chat. It's different for every device. And if you're on a computer, it should be to the right of the video. So I hope you'll join in the chat. It's always good to see everyone. Good morning, Cheryl from the Woolen Hook. Good to see you. Good morning, Maggie. I'm so glad you're here. Maggie's the Heirloom Academy. Sweet Sarah May's here. Hi, Sweet Sarah May. Hello, Stitching Out Loud. So good to see everybody. Well, if you follow me on Instagram, you know today is Flag Day. So June 14th commemorates the day, the anniversary of adopting the American flag back in 1777. So if you have a flag that you fly on special occasions, today's the day to fly it at full staff until sundown. And I think the next Flag Day is on Father's Day, Sunday. So, you according to the rules, you can fly your flag any day, weather permitting, sunrise to sunset, right? But there are particular days like Flag Day or Father's Day, holidays, July 4th, where it's always good if we all put them out. Our Father's Day is going to be a washout here. We're supposed to get between 5 and 10 inches of rain in Houston. Yay! That's a lot of rain really fast, but that's on Father's Day, so I don't like to put the flag out in the rain, so I won't be doing that. Plus, my dad died when I was 29 years old, and my father-in-law died about 8 years ago, so Father's Day comes and goes. I don't even notice it anymore. So anyway, good morning, Captain Kristen. Good to see you. Yeah, Sweet Sarah May says, thumbs up, everybody. There's lots of people here. Please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy these shows. I appreciate it very much. Share it with your friends. I'd love to see more of you here. So yesterday, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that the Xfinity internet people were here. I've been having trouble with my alarm system. You know, I have Xfinity alarm here. And I've been on the phone, I swear, for like 4 days with all these different people around the world. And they were desperately trying to fix my alarm system without a technician having to come to the house. I'm sure it's more affordable for them. Now that's fine, I'm happy to try to help too, but they couldn't do it. So yesterday the technician arrived. And it was really kind of weird because he walked up to the house, introduced himself, came in, I was expecting him. And we both went, and it was like, weren't you here about 12 years ago? He goes, I recognize you. It's weird. So Charlie came in the house. He fixed the alarm. It took forever. Poor Charlie. He didn't realize he was talking to somebody who works from home. So I rarely get the chance to talk to 3D people. So when I get one trapped in a corner, it's like, blah, 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 blah. He kind of backed slowly out of the room. It was like, you can't put me on hold. We aren't on the phone. Anyway, got the job done. So then he looked at his little device and he said, well, your cable's not up to speed. There's something wrong. Let me try to fix that too before I leave. And he just had to remove a splitter. It was a real simple fix. But after he did that, he said, well, you need to turn the TV on to make sure that it's working. I said, okay, so I turned it on and boom, it was the Hallmark channel. And I was like, I don't know how I got on that. And I grabbed that voice control remote and went, ESPN. switch to ESPN real fast. And he looked at me and goes, I don't watch ESPN either. It's like, oh, thank goodness. Hallmark Channel. Put it back on there. Anyway, so everything's working with that. Oh, Ruthie's here. Good morning, Ruthie. Good morning, Julie. I hope you're not too busy today, Julie. I'm glad you're here. Maggie says at least it wasn't porno. Yeah, always look on the bright side, Maggie. I agree. So, I don't subscribe to those channels on my Xfinity contract. Anyway, so it's like, oh, you know what I have to do is every 3 months I have to go to the vet and get some flea medication for my puppies because they go to daycare and they like to be outdoors a lot. So I like to keep them flea free since the magnificent beasts sleep in my bed with me from time to time. So I have to go to the vet. And oh, did you catch yesterday's show? It was so much fun. I was at a restaurant not too far from here called Local Foods. And it was really, really good. They're all locally sourced ingredients for their foods. And I was there with Cheryl from the Woolen Hook, who is here in the chat room. And we talked about her personal journey with minimalism. And so that was a lot of fun. If you want to catch up, I reviewed it. And this time, the quality of the show was just fine. I'm thinking about getting a little tabletop microphone for podcasts. That'll help with the background noise because you can hear everybody like clinking in the background. But it was a fun show, and we talked about a lot of different things that she's experiencing and developing. And so it was a lot of fun. She had a suggestion. She said, I should put automate and delegate on t-shirts. So I did. So if you saw the show and you saw me go, oh, what a great idea. So if you look in the show description, there's actually a link to my merchandise page. There's an automate and delegate merchandise page now. And I think I saw home decor stuff's 30% off with a coupon code on that website. So hey, Donald's here. Hi, Donald from Wisconsin. Good to see you. Always happy you're here. Oh, you know what I had? It was so good. I had at that lunch yesterday, I had an egg salad sandwich on a pretzel bun. And it was so good. And I realized that I never make egg salad at home because it stinks. But it tastes so good. But it reminded me, you know, a really quick and easy way to make egg salad if you want to make a batch of it is if you have one of those instant pots. You can just crack a bunch of eggs into a Pyrex dish and put it in the instant pot and cook them hard. You know, consult the owner's manual for how long, I don't remember. But you cook them hard and then you just dump them out onto a chopping board and then just chop them up with a knife and you have egg salad. It's so quick and easy and it's delicious. I love egg salad. Donald says, yum. Oh, Elisa's here. Hey, Elisa. Good morning, Captain Elisa. Always good to see you. So, anyway, I'm just still giggling because the look on that technician's face when, and I was like, oh my God, ESPN. He's looking at me like, dude. Kath says she needs an Instant Pot. Yeah, I use it all the time, Kath. It's really, really good for everything. I haven't really explored it completely, but I like things like steel cut oatmeal. Sorry, Deborah. Deborah doesn't even like the word oatmeal. I like quinoa, I like rice, and I like hard-boiled eggs. You know, there's all these different things that it's just so easy to throw it in the Instant Pot, which is just a glorified electronic pressure cooker, right? But it really, really, really comes out good. Maggie says, have you tried the globe artichokes? Yeah, I tried artichokes about a month ago I did artichokes. They came out so good and they were so quick and easy. Because normally you know, you have to heat up the house to make artichokes, right? And with the Instant Pot, it doesn't do that, which I really, really love. And the one I have, I know there's lots of different models. I got one from Santa Claus this year. Also has a slow cooker option on it too, so I can use it for slow cooking, which is kind of fun also. I think the one I have is on my Amazon product page. I don't remember now, but you can check it out. I know last year at Christmas time I did a holiday gift list for the top things you want to get for holiday gifts, and that was the #1 gift. Julie says, I have a friend at work that raves about her Instant Pot and keeps bugging me to get one. Well, you know, it's a cult. And once you get sucked in, there are apps with recipes. It's really amazing. But I belong to a Facebook page about the Instant Pot, just Instant Pot owners. And there's people that have like 5 of them. They show pictures of them lined up on their counter because you can cook everything. It's really convenient. When that massive pool technician, he's like 7'8". It's hard to just not mention how big he is. He came to fix the pool equipment a couple weeks ago. He spied my Instant Pot through the window. He was like, "Oh my God, my wife got an Instant Pot and I absolutely love it." And I said, "Oh, do tell." And he said because his hours are so crazy, as a technician, he never knows when he's going to get home. So when he calls her and he says, "Okay, I'm finally coming home," she can take stuff, you can take like chicken out of the freezer and put it in the Instant Pot and cook it from the frozen state, and it doesn't take very long. It cooks it perfectly. So when he gets home, he has a fresh cooked meal, and she can take it from the freezer directly. So Angela says, "I don't know what an Instant Pot is, but I must have one." That's true. I was the same way, Angela, last year, because my friend Kristen, who posts all these amazing food things, she was talking about hers, and I was like, "What are you guys talking about?" And it turns out we are the last ones to the game, Angela. And what it is it's a pressure cooker that's electronically controlled. So you can very easily get it up to the right temperature and pressure cook things. If you remember old pressure cookers, you'd have to put them on the stove and you would have to adjust the heat just right and get the pressure just right. And sometimes they exploded. So with this one, you just punch it in, it's electronic, and it does it all for you. I know one thing, everyone in the cult that apparently I'm a part of, everyone makes cheesecake with theirs. And I haven't gotten there yet, I haven't done it yet, but man, I love a good cheesecake. And apparently they come out delicious. Hi, Beverly. Better late than never. I'm so glad you're here. Maggie says she's cooking a bear roast in her Instant Pot this weekend, but that's how I roll. Okay, so like a bear. Bear. Sounds delicious. Stitching Out Loud said, "That's an awesome idea. Trader Joe's has marinated spatchcock chickens now." I'm all about the spatchcocking. If you know anything about me, I love to spatchcock a chicken. If you go to my website, drewimborski.com, I have a tutorial on how to spatchcock your chicken. It's actually quick and easy, but it makes cooking chicken so much easier. If you spatchcock your turkey at Thanksgiving, you can cook any size turkey in about 80 minutes, and it comes out juicy. Every single piece does. I highly recommend spatchcocking. Kristen says, "I love to make soups in my Instant Pot. I made dal Indian red lentil soup yesterday." Oh my God, that sounds so good. Actually, Maggie, I would eat what you're cooking too. I've never had bear. Angela said you had me a cheesecake. I know, right? I'd love to have some cheesecake right now. One time I had to go to New York City because my significant other had a business meeting there, and so I was left to my own devices for like 4 days. And I'm not joking. We were staying at that hotel, the Marriott, right at Times Square. If you've ever been to New York City, the Marriott's the one you see in movies all the time. All the elevators are on the inside, and they're like 700 stories tall, and you feel like you're going to die every time you go up to your room. It's terribly exciting. But anyway, I was left to my own devices for like 4 days, and I ate cheesecake every meal. Every single meal for 4 days. There was a New York style, of course, cheesecake place right there in Times Square. I think it was just behind that police department that's there, and I discovered it. They started to say, "Hey, Drew, want another piece of cheesecake?" when I came in, because I ate it every single meal because I was in New York City, and I was only there for 4 days. Couldn't get it back home, so it was really good. Ruthie says, "I don't even know what a spatchcock is." Spatchcock, Ruthie, is when you take the chicken or the turkey or whatever poultry you want, and you cut out the backbone. So you remove the backbone, which is good for making chicken stock later on. So save it, put it in the freezer in a baggie and save it. You cut it out, and then you flip the chicken over onto, you know, your cutting board, and you push on the breast until the breastbone snaps. Just channel your inner Julia Child. What would Julia? She wouldn't even flinch at this. Break that breastbone so that it lays flat. And the whole concept of it, Ruthie, is that you've now taken this round carcass, this bones, and the meat's all sticking off in different directions, and you've laid it flat. So essentially all the meat is the same thickness. And if you put that on your roasting pan and you roast it with it laying flat like that, it'll cook perfectly evenly, and it actually cooks really quickly, and you should cook it on a higher temperature to seal in the juices. And so you can cook a chicken or any poultry really fast, and every single piece comes out juicy. My sister Deborah, after we talked about spatchcocking a couple years ago, she spatchcocked her turkey, and she actually cut out the thigh bones and the leg bones, right, Deborah? And so it came out, you know, super easy to carve. Everything's juicy. It's really, really, you know, when I do my turkey at Thanksgiving, I actually take like a big jelly roll pan, you know, like a thin cookie sheet, and I put my stuffing on the cookie sheet, and then I put the turkey on top of the stuffing to cook it, so all the juices cook into the stuffing. Oh my God, it's so good. So delicious. And then what I did is, when I wanted to make leftovers, I had some of that stuffing left, and I pressed it into a pie pan, and then baked that a little bit to solidify it, and then I stuffed it with like homemade turkey pot pie filling, and I made a pot pie where the crust was the stuffing. It was so good. I love Thanksgiving. Lisa said, I'm gonna give me an Instant Pot. Yes, you are. Beverly, I am hungry. It's so funny you should say that. I'm always hungry. Angela says she does her Julia Child impression when she cooks. I do too. You know, all her episodes are on the if you have Amazon Prime, they're available on Amazon Prime. You can watch them. And I watch those episodes, and she like makes the chickens dance and stuff. She has no respect to them as animals. She just plays with them. It's hilarious. Maggie says she loves stuffing as much as I love cheesecake. Yeah, it can be really, really good. Yeah, I'm very hungry actually. I was when I was doing the show yesterday with Cheryl, before the show started, we had lunch as we waited for 11 o'clock to come. It was kind of a brunch, I guess. And I told her, I said, the reason why I chose 11 a.m. for the show is because this is about the time where I'm so hungry I go off and make bad decisions at restaurants. So I thought if I do the show right now, I kind of will deflect that urge to go make a bad food decision. Houston has a lot of good food. So I'm using y'all as a deflection so I can maybe not get any bigger than I already am. Anyway, so that's all I got for you today. Beverly, Maggie, Sarah May, just because you're in charge of your house, it doesn't mean you have to do everything. If you need a reminder, go to, in my show description, there's a Automate and Delegate merchandise link, and you can get a coffee mug that says Automate and Delegate. So every morning you can remind yourself, you got to figure out a way to bribe the next door neighbor to come in the USA. Bye, everyone.